life, I feel that when you find someone special, it's like a miracle in time. It's like a save point in time. Like if you're playing a Nintendo game, it's like, let me go back to this relationship. Save point. So, what if there's a show like Quantum Leap, except you're leaping back through every relationship you've ever had
What a nightmare.
in order to come out at the end and go, what's wrong with me? Why did I do all this? And what does it mean now? And with that information, the value of the past is how we put it into the future.
That's
So,
the plot of High Fidelity with
yes,
John
but
Cusack,
but I
believe.
blended it with Quantum Leap.
Well, I mean, I think you've got something there.
Okay. Quantum Love. And it stars John Cusack
As himself.
and Scott Bakula plays God or something.
And John Malkovich.
I just
also
want
as
to take this
himself.
moment to say I love Scott Bakula. Quantum Leap was great, but he was horrible in Star Trek Enterprise.
I thought it was all right. I only watched one episode, the one with all the green ladies. The Orions. Yeah.
We all want a green lady, don't we? Yeah. Well, also, I just want to say we're here with our special cameraman, Brady. Say something, Brady.
Something.
Okay, see? He's
Thanks, Brady.
He's very sharp, that guy. So, let me just say this. Relationships, they happen so, like real ones happen so seldom that by the time you have one, you have to like go back to all your notes and go, oh, wait, what have I learned? Because I'm about to get into this thing. And Kat, what do you think is the most important thing when you first get into a new relationship? What is the first question that one should ask themselves?
Do their fundamental values and beliefs align with yours?
Yes, I've heard Tony Robbins talk about that all conflicts in relationships come from a conflict in values, core values.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, all the other stuff, like if you have the same favorite band or you're from the same town, like that doesn't compare to do you fundamentally see the world in a compatible way,
Let me ask you a question.
in my opinion.
What band, if you had to pick a band, would be like a deal breaker in a fictitious situation? Like if a guy didn't like this band, you're like,
Radiohead.
So if a guy doesn't
That's-
like Radiohead, it's really gonna, you won't get this turned on. You'll be like, well, I love you, but I would really love you if you liked Radiohead, right?
Well, I would question their ability to really think existentially and also have a lot of self-reflection if they weren't able to appreciate Radiohead, because they deal with a lot of existential truths and dramas of just being alive.
I want to
just
say
being human.
this, that Radiohead song "Creep" is so covered that it hurts. What song, if you wanted to really have a beautiful moment by like a lake with a gentleman that you care about, and you're like, hey, this is going great, what song by Radiohead would you play?
It would be House of Cards.
House of Cards. House of Cards by Radio. Are we past the age of love letters, you think?
No, they've just taken on an electronic form. And,
Have you ever written a poem for someone?
not one, I wouldn't have given it to them. But
Why not?
I don't know.
Because you're gonna spook them out? Like, are they psycho writing me odes?
I haven't written a poem in a long time. The last time I wrote a poem, I woke up and it was like fully formed in my mind, and I like scrambled to write it down.
If you were dating a man, or woman, or whatever you like, would you like them to write you at some point a flavorful letter? Like,
Yeah, but I mean, like, who really is far away enough to need to write it on paper anymore?
Well, that's the thing. I do appreciate paper.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's somebody, especially a woman I was in love with, who had orange hair, green eyes, and a great tan.
Lilu from
If she
The
came,
Fifth Element.
And she, after we were dating for quite a while, she was like, I wrote you a poem because...
If she was saying it like that, I'd be a little
That's how
weirded out.
special you are to me. You know what we should do? We should pull up like an ancient poet and like readeth their shit.
Well, there's a
Hey, have you read this my shit?
there's a
Haven't you?
Violent Femmes song called "Hey Nani Nani," which is a song of a 14th century poem. So if you want to go there,
Oh yeah?
yeah, it's called "Hey Nani Nani" by the Violent Femmes.
Okay. Hey, Nani.
These
Nani.
headphones are large.
What the Violent Femmes?
Yes, the Violent Femmes.
Well.
Hey,
Oh, there it
Nani-
is. I found it.
Hey Nani Nani.
All
This
right.
thing does not fit.
All right, Kat. I want you to take over the podcast because
Do
you
I
know
now?
I'll just take you to roads that lead nowhere.
My credentials are I studied love and limerence for my thesis at West Georgia University for my clinical master's program. And it's been also a personal interest of mine ever since. Studied some of the more Buddhist philosophies on how to achieve the middle way in love and romance so that you don't destroy each other, that kind of thing.
So let me ask you a question. If I open up a Modelo right now,
It's your podcast, man.
does that
Go
help
ahead.
my relationships, or does that make them?
Depends on if you're drinking it in front of the right people.
Let's say I'm out and I'm fishing somewhere, and I'm having a beer, and a woman walks up to me, and she's from Norway.
You
And-
should have stayed in Norway longer if you wanted a Norwegian
It's true.
connection. Maybe you should go back.
I kind of ran out of money, but I'm about to go back. Well, I'm going to Japan first, and then Norway might be next. Jeg forstår litt norsk.
See, you could pull an wait, a Norwegian girl was that?
Unnskyld.
Yeah. See, you're halfway there.
These are actually Norwegian words that I'm speaking to you.
I know. That's why I say you
Yeah.
could pull it off probably.
Yeah. It's Jeg elsker deg.
Oh wait, I know that one.
Jeg elsker deg.
I think it means I love you.
It does.
Yeah.
And I do. You know,
That's the same in Swedish. That's why I know that.
listen, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to, go off on different things, and I want you to kind of like just try to pull me away from my own madness. I got to say that my problem has been, first of all, the miracle of actually meeting somebody you actually like enough to spend the rest of your life with, and meeting somebody I'm attracted to. I'm very much only attracted to a certain type of human,
Most people
like
are.
not only physically.
Yeah.
Although I could probably get over some things physically. I mean, I'm old now. So if the woman that I was about to date, it's not about the looks as much as it is about the connection, the chemistry, the peanut butter, the jelly. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Now I'm like a beat poet. The peanut butter, the jelly.
You need
history,
peanut butter and Nutella.
Honestly, Nutella,
Yeah.
firecracker, THC. What is that song? I wrote a song earlier before the show, and I was like, would you like to have a spot of THC with me? Hold on.
That doesn't work with the song.
Would you like to have a spot of THC with me? Completely interrupted and baby. So on the lake, I'll take you out to the lake, okay? And then, not you, but the imaginary human that we're talking about falling in love with.
The Norwegian lady.
You also, we're dreaming about love also. Like, nobody specifically, just like love in general. Like, let's talk about romance. Like, what do you like? You like candles?
Well, I mean, I like candles on my own, whether romance is happening or not. I just like candles, so yes.
But not like Madonna candles. You know how Madonna back in the
What are
80s,
Madonna
she was
candles?
like dropping wax on people.
No.
Yeah. I mean, I guess, if I was out there and is wax a sin?
What?
It's hot wax. Hot wax. You're like, people have a hot wax treatment they do as like a, romantic thing. Like, hey.
They do?
Yeah, you never heard about this? Madonna covered this.
Oh, you mean... Oh, you said a hot wax treatment, which I thought at a
But
spa.
no, it was it
Not
was a
like-
thing in the 80s. People were doing like a hot wax,
Pretty sure people never really stopped
it
doing that.
was a hot wax like a romantic thing where you would have your lover lay down and maybe take off their shirt and drop like A wax.
That's like S&M.
No, but that's the thing. Like,
you don't need to go to a spa
maybe
for
it's
that.
just like science. I mean, what is it? Just hold on. This is one of my favorite Madonna songs. "Open Your Heart to Me."
I know that one. You gotta love that mid '80s.
All right.
Like.
Let's comment on the lyrics. If this is too ADD for anyone or for you, Kat, let me know.
Oh no, ADD is in my wheelhouse. I mean, I know this song. And she's saying, "I'll make you love me," which I think is a bit aggressive.
This guy's making her want to cry.
See, that's a red flag right there.
Oh, so she's criticizing this guy's like ability to give her a chance.
To open up.
Maybe he's busy.
He might be.
I mean, she sounds like she's begging.
She sounds kind of aggressive about it.
But I like aggressive. But you probably don't like aggressive, do you? You like the gentle giant.
Yeah.
I like beasts.
Well, everyone wants the beast that can turn into a prince, don't they?
Ah, is that what girls want too?
Yeah.
Ooh, I didn't know that.
Oh yeah.
So you're saying that women want a man that'll kind of give them like a Sasquatch moment.
I don't think I'd go by calling it that, no.
Welcome to Sasquatch moments. No. So women
That's
want
a little far into the beast.
women want the adventure, the beast, someone they have this beastly impulses, but they're also respectful, right?
No, they just like healthy masculinity.
Right.
Yeah.
Like a guy that you wait till like a year. No. You wait till you've had, yeah. Like if you're out in the woods, that's the thing. How much PDA?
In the woods?
PDA in the woods. It's not a public display of affection. It's a private display of affection.
Depends on where you're camping.
Forests. Are they romantic, Kat? Go ahead.
Oh, very. Yeah, absolutely. I used to love to camp, and
Why don't you tell us a story about a time you went camping, Kat?
Oh, I don't think so, Eric.
Why?
Okay,
I'm going to play a song. Let's see if you can guess what it is, okay? That when me and Kat first got together as friends back in the day, she showed me this song. And I've never forgot it, and it's a great song. Let's rock out. What do you think I'm going to play?
Marble House?
Wrong!
What is it? I showed you that?
You're damn right.
Oh, right. It's the Stone Roses. And how he wants to, ogle her, but he feels guilty, so he decides to leave her alone. And then he says, "Hey, nani, nani," to dismiss his lower urges.
What does Hey Nani do? Like, just dispel
Hey, nani, nani used to mean, someone not really caring much. Like, oh, well, c'est la vie.
Oh, so it's not like a special magical thing that can make you unhorny?
No, it's more like him saying, oh, well, I'll let the girl do her thing without bothering her, which was the right choice.
I think what we should do, let me read these lyrics. So this is an ancient poem.
I think it's the 14th century.
This is the time of when we met. We met in the 14th century.
Yeah.
All right, I'm going to read these lyrics. Supposedly, the Violent Femmes are quoting an ancient poet from the time of the dinosaurs. Beauty sat bathing by a spring, where fairest shades did hide her. The winds blew calm, the birds did sing, the cool streams ran beside her. My wanton thoughts enticed mine eye to see what was forbidden, but better memory said, "Fie,
Fie.
fie." So vain desire was chidden.
Yeah.
Hey nani nani, hey nani nani, hey nani nani nani, oh hey nani nani, oh nani nani, oh hey nani.
It's not supposed to be said in that
Hey!
spirit. It's supposed to be a cheerful...
Nani.
Yeah.
Into a slumber I fell when fond imagination seemed to see, but could not tell her feature or her fashion. But even in babes and dreams do smile and sometimes fall a weeping, so I awake as wise this while as when I was fell a-sleeping. Okay, so that's really weird.
Well, he fell asleep and tried to dream of the girl he wouldn't ogle.
Can we do a game? This is about my snake, and you're always making it about you, Mom. Why?
I'm solipsistic.
What's that mean? You never taught me the language. You studied, but you never wanted me to be as smart as you. That's why I became a snake trainer. Mommy!
But you don't even speak parcel tongue.
I don't know what your words mean. Are you getting them from the east side? I've never heard of shit like that in my life, Mommy.
No, it's because I'm a witch.
Oh, well, Daddy was a wizard. It makes sense. Mommy, I just want you to know I have to leave home. I can't take any more of your tea.
You don't like my tea?
You're putting jalapenos or something.
You gotta have a spot of tea,
Mommy, what's
child.
going on with your tea?
You gotta have your spot of tea.
When I look into your eyes, I just see myself crying all over again. I gotta leave, Mommy. I gotta be my own man and raise snakes in the mountains with the monks, Mommy.
The monks don't want you no more, Johnny.
Look, just 'cause you got fired from the BBC, don't take it out on me, Mommy.
They all became successful monks.
Mommy, put down the dagger, Mommy. This is not a time to do this. Mommy, no.
I'm just practicing the blade.
Mommy, don't stab me there.
While you were standing there crying, I was practicing the blade.
Don't stab me there, Mommy. Mommy. Mama. I'm still alive, Mama. Run me through correct, or you're gonna kill me.
I'll call the apothecary. He'll sort it out.
Mommy. Take care.
I'll call a necromancer and he'll sort it out.
Mommy.
Good night, Johnny.
He's innocent.
You're my least favorite.
He's innocent, Mommy. Okay, so there's that. I can't wait to hear that later. That's gonna be insane.
We need to work on our improv.
No, it was hilarious. Okay, let's take a pause so we can get more beer. Back. And we're basically talking about love. This song is by Queen. It's called 1 Year of Love. 1 year of love is better than a lifetime alone. I sure have spent a lot of time alone. It's like that Adam Sandler, that movie where he sang about love stinks. He says, he loves her, but she loves him, and he loves someone else. You just can't win. Love stinks. And
He did an even better song where he did a breakup song in the style of The Cure. And it was called Somebody Kill Me, Please.
I mean, we all saw the movie.
Yeah.
Of course.
That was a far better song.
It's always stayed with us. I heard that they're making a Happy Gilmore Part 2. Have you heard about this?
No, I don't really follow that kind of comedy.
All right, no, Sam.
It follows me, yeah.
It follows me.
I mean, I like The Wedding Singer, but...
Well, I love The Wedding Singer. Drew Barrymore, I loved her in that. And I also loved her in a movie that people don't realize is even out there. It's a Cinderella movie.
Oh, yeah.
She plays Cinderella. It was great.
Yeah.
Great movie. What's your favorite romance movie?
500 Days of Summer.
Is it a really good romance?
No, it's just a realistic telling of the stepping stones you have to go through until you can move on to something healthier. So it's like a study of something that was more of a near miss.
Okay.
But one would hope that the protagonist learned a lesson that would carry him into a better romance in the future. We all have to make a bunch of mistakes before we can
I love romantic movies. So
Yeah.
5,000 Days of Summer.
500 Days of Summer.
We could make a movie called 5,000
Well,
of winter.
I.
Can I tell you my favorite romantic movie of all time?
Yeah, of course.
It's very cliche. You ready? You can probably guess it. What do you think?
No idea.
The Notebook.
Hmm.
Brady, have you seen The Notebook?
Years ago, I don't remember much of it though.
It
Ryan
was
Gosling.
it was a bit problematic
Rachel
because
McAdams.
he would not stop harassing her until she went out with him.
What, in the Notebook?
Yeah, in the movie, like he like stalks her and harasses her and threatens suicide on a moving, like on a carousel or something.
It was a different time. This was like 1938. You
That
could
won't
do that
fly
back
anymore. Yeah, like that would.
Do you think he
not
would?
be ideal.
The same character. You have that love story happen in the future. No, people would be obeying the social norms of the time. But back in the days of the 30s, you could jump on a roller coaster or a Ferris wheel and, tell a girl exactly how you feel.
That's not ideal in the present day.
Yeah, because people are stalkers and crazy now. But back then...
That's worse. Wait, they're both the same.
Well, not if you tie in the social norms of the time. Yes, the behavior is still unethical. But if you're in a time period where that's kind of like, okay, It's not their fault. It's like they're products of their time.
It's a good movie. It's just, it's a period piece.
Well, it is a bit of a time machine. I mean, It starts off in the past, ends up like in present day where they're in a hospice. Well, not a hospice, but they're in a rest home. And he's reading the book to her and says, hey.
I've had a thought. I'm going to retract my original statement, and I'm going to say Addams Family Values with Gomez and Morticia is the ideal. Like, that's the love ideal, right? Because
Addams
they
Family
appreciate each other, they are wildly attracted to each other, and they're shameless about it. I mean, like, that's the healthiest relationship in cinema.
Absolutely.
Is Gomez and Morticia.
I have to quote this, though, from that movie. Gomez says to Fester, he goes, Fester! You are not my brother! Fester is my brother! You are Mr. Debbie!
Right. Well, I mean, I think Fester was enjoying his weird S&M relationship.
Did you think, Joan Cusack?
She was amazing.
In that movie was so attractive.
Yes.
And it generates a feeling in my blood. That's the kind of girl I like. I like the strangies.
Yeah.
Like the Helena Bonham Carters, the Eva Greens, the Christina Ricci.
Yeah.
What kind of man do you like, or woman, whatever you're into?
I don't know.
Just give me one from a movie, like yeah.
Let me think for a second.
Sure. Okay, Kat's gonna think. We're gonna play the next song. Good. You think?
What's the actual question? Like, just a man from a movie, or what's the actual question?
Don't forget me. The question is this: like, what actor do you kind of say, "Hey, I could really be with a guy like this"?
You mean personality-wise?
All of it.
Their
all of it.
Persona?
All of it.
Probably Misha Collins, because he seems like a very down-to-earth person who gives to charity a lot.
Castiel from Supernatural.
Yeah, he seemed like a genuinely good person.
I heard he was in a throuple.
That doesn't make him a bad person.
I didn't say it. That was bad. Did I say that was bad?
I like the genuine, like, altruism in a person. Like, if they're willing to share their wealth, and not be just, like, doing it for show. So.
You like altruistic people.
I like kindness.
Yes. That's like number one, man.
Yeah, so.
What do you got if you don't have kindness,
Yeah, so.
But then I think some of us want some of the same qualities, We all want someone who has the sense of humor that meshes with yours. You don't want to be sitting there laughing at your own jokes for the rest of your life. Do you do that, Brady?
I laugh at my own jokes, yes.
No, but I'm saying, like...
You should.
The whole thing's very star-crossed, or the alignment of the planets. I mean, you've got to be right for each other, and sometimes you can feel that. You can feel it, but also you got to have data. You got to have...
Data?
Yeah, you got to have long-term data. You got to, every 3 months, you got to go, okay.
You're so into Star Trek, I was like, is this another data thing?
It's not about an android named Data. No, I'm saying like you have to always be kind of. I think a relationship is kind of on an evolution. You have to kind of evolve together. You know.
Together.
You have to. You have to evolve together.
We must move forth together
Together as a team.
into the yonder.
That means if you don't like this movie I just showed you, why didn't you tell me sooner?
My favorite movie we've seen so far in the
Oh, we haven't talked movies yet. See, that's a whole new topic.
was Lisa Frankenstein. Like, that was a very good retelling.
Okay, so me and Kat have seen a series of movies together. We saw Lisa Frankenstein, which was directed by Zelda Williams, who was Robin Williams' daughter. And it was a tale about a young girl who was kind of outcasty, and she was in the forest, and she kind of was writing poetry or something out there, and
She was hanging out in a graveyard.
yeah, and she fell in love with a bust, with like a bust on a grave, and
Yeah. She romanticized this guy who had a statue of himself. And
yes. Well, it was a statue. It was like a memorial to
Yeah.
the man who died.
yeah, and she could see that he was
Ooh.
around her age, and she developed a crush. And then when lightning struck the grave, I think he got a little reanimated because of she accidentally did some witchcraft, I think.
Yeah, that might have been part of it.
No, I'm pretty sure that's how
Okay.
it worked. Yeah.
I mean, overall, I think it had a good story. It had some crude parts, or a little shocking.
What's the best part?
There was some penile humor.
Well, he had to admit that as a zombie he was not quite complete physically, and they made do with what they could find.
Brady's
But
over there
that's what
laughing at us.
that's what Frankenstein is all about, right?
We also saw a movie called De Irani, which was from Nepal.
Bali.
No, it was Nepal.
You told me it was Balinese.
It is Nepalese,
Okay.
Napoleonese, whatever. It's from Nepal. Nepal. And it was about a guy. It was a twist in the mountains. Like, he basically was already married, but his wife could not. She had barrenness, and there was a lot of pressure on him to reproduce. So they said, you have to have another wife, a second wife. And he was like more modern. He was like, no, I don't want a second wife. I don't want to love you, baby. And so I could give the whole plot away, but that's the beginning of it. And then his friend is a bit crooked, and twists and turns of the plot happen. But I remember it was just very beautiful language, very beautiful landscapes in the mountains,
Yeah.
and a good down-home tale of cultural the conflicts that come from the culture, that stem
Yeah.
from the deep traditions. Stop it. The deep traditions.
You gotta fix your notifications, man.
What? Not ask me. I just have it.
Hi, Blaine.
Okay. Now, so we saw De Irani. We also saw Dune Part 2.
That's right. Which felt a bit unfinished, and I believe they've announced there's going to be a third.
Well, I hope there is a third. Christopher Walken, it's a shame. A fine actor. They're like holding him together with toothpicks now. He's very frail,
Well, he's up there in years.
He is.
Quite a good dancer, though.
How old do you think Christopher Walken is?
No idea.
Let's find out. I'm so sorry about these chimes in. How old is Christopher Walken?
84.
81?
Yeah, he's up there.
Holy cow. Yeah, I mean, it's a shame. But,
That's why he's playing Emperor Shaddam IV.
yeah, I mean... If you made it, hold on, if you made it to 70, if you made it to 80, Who lives to 80? I looked it up online once and it said the average age lifespan of an American is 73.
Mm-hmm.
So if you're getting up there, like if you're in your 80s, man, you must have great health care. Whatever you're doing, keep doing it. If you're 93, like William Shatner, and he still has his vitality, like I could see Shatner still making love.
Typical Aries.
I can't picture Walken still making love in his shape. Like, whoa,
Why would you want to picture that? That's.
I can't do
Describe
it
it.
like I used
Oh my
to.
God.
Ow.
Have you seen the SNL skit where he plays Colonel Angus? Have you seen this?
I don't want to talk about that.
You've got to.
I've
watch it.
seen
Okay.
it. I don't find it funny.
You don't?
No, it's just dirty.
It's one of his best works. Fine. The
The
cowbell
dirty.
skit.
Well, yeah, cowbell.
The
We all know
cowbell
that.
skit's
We
a
all
good
know
one.
that one. It's, a really good skit.
And also, he was in a music video. I think it was Fatboy Slim or something like that.
Yeah, that's a classic, man. I mean, he was dancing and flying around.
As you do.
We haven't heard shite from Fatboy Slim in forever, but I'm not like a Fatboy Slim fan. I'm like, oh, we put on some Fatboy Slim. I mean, when's the last time you went anywhere and people are like, hey, where's Fatboy Slim?
A lot of my friends are former ravers, and they definitely still listen to that shit.
Well, so if you're dating someone and say they don't like sushi, what do you do?
I don't order them sushi. I let them do what they want. That's love.
But if you want to go eat sushi, what do they eat?
Well, I would take a friend and we would have sushi with the girls, and it wouldn't be a big deal.
So the man, or, in this situation, like, you would just say, hey, you stay here and eat what you like, and
Yes.
I'm going to go do sushi with my girls.
Yeah, you gotta give people space.
Okay.
That's how they keep coming back.
But if they don't
Otherwise,
like chocolate,
if there's no space, they can't come back.
like, if they don't like chocolate and, like, gooey brownies and anime, is it okay to, like,
What's the question?
is it okay to, do it?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Is it okay to do it?
Do what?
You know what you do when somebody doesn't like brownies and anime and old foreign movies.
I really don't know what you're talking about.
I think you've always known. You're deeper than you give yourself credit for.
Yeah, I just don't know what you're talking
Just
about.
basically trolling you. Sorry.
Like, the things you listed aren't even my own interest. So why would I care if they didn't do it?
Sobriety. That's so fine. Alright.
So are you asking, like, would I date a vegan or something? Is that what you're asking? Like,
No, I'm not asking that at all. I'm just just talking about situations.
okay.
Why don't you tell me, what is the overall strategy when you meet someone and you're like, all right, I've met you, and now what?
Who knows?
You wait until they kind of say, hey, should we be together? How long do you think people should wait before they make a major commitment of being with someone? Like a week,
You
2
can't
weeks?
you can't quantify that.
It's
That's
right when
absurd.
it's right. Right.
Yeah, like every two individuals make something different together than like anything that's happened in the universe before.
All right.
So
Let's play a game called
you
Deal
can't
Breakers.
just make these arbitrary length rules.
We're going to play, hold on. Okay. Playing a game called Deal Breakers. In a relationship, what are your deal breakers?
I don't know, animal cruelty.
Ah! You know what I don't like? If they don't like anime, or you know what? I don't like when
You're
they don't.
such a weeb.
When they don't, hold on. When they don't like read books.
Yeah, I am kind of sapiosexual, meaning that I like intelligence. It's not like a kinky thing. It's just
Yeah,
I-
I've heard that term, sapiosexual.
sapiosexual. It means they would need to be very intelligent.
Oh God, I need that.
And well read. Yeah.
I need that so bad.
It's very few people.
It's like, I don't know. So here's one of pet peeves, one of my deal breakers. When they disregard the importance of names. Like, oh, what kind of movies you like? Oh, look, can you name anything? Or what kind of bands do you like? Oh, just whatever. Like, when people are very unspecific, it makes me, like, averted to ever making love to them. Specifics. Don't you like specifics?
Well, I do worry when people tell me they don't have a favorite band.
Right.
But that's just because I'm obsessed with music.
Right. Like, when someone says, like, hey, they can't name off, like, favorite things.
That happens to me a lot because I ask my, like I teach, so I'll ask, like I teach adults, so I ask them what they like to listen to. And you get a lot of very interesting stuff, but occasionally you'll meet someone who just can't think of anything. So.
But to each their own. Some people base an entire relationship over, like, just their love for Italian food.
Well, I mean, I hope they're having a good time with that.
If you could make love to a food and marry it, what would it be?
I don't know what to say to that.
I think I like really rich chocolate that would, like, if I ate it, probably kill me from the richness. It would, like, go through my tubes and end my sentence.
Aren't people made of food?
What? We should have Brady come on up before we end the show. We're going to end the show soon. Listen, I meant to be more serious in this interview, but it's turned into madness, and I hope you can forgive me. Brady, just sit down next to us.
Okay.
Come here. Talk in my mic. We're going to end it. Okay. Okay. So, all of you in the room.